Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Dukes and Bell. What is going on? Of course, Day-Day, our executive producer, Big O's here, taking behind the scenes as we do day-to-day, guys. We got a lot to get to today. Barbara Dooley, who's usually scheduled to join us on Thursdays, it's a Georgia bye week, so just giving you a heads up, as we know you guys love her as much as we do. She's not going to join us today because it is an off week for the Dogs, but she'll be back next week, obviously, for Alabama. Huge week. So we will get Barbara's take next Thursday. Fellas, yesterday, Mike, we were up at Flowery Branch. Just to kind of recap a little bit of what Jake told us and what Rob was talking about yesterday as we had those guys on the show. Lots of positivity, obviously, after the big win last Sunday night. But, you know, Jake was just talking about, and we mentioned this yesterday, and we'll replay that interview for you guys a little bit earlier today for those who missed it on the show starting at 2. But he was talking about, you know, them being challenged. And a lot of times, you know, coaches use that loosely, Mike, like, oh, I challenged my guys. But he came in and kind of reinforced that and said, yeah, we got challenged, and we took it personal going into the Vikings game.
Right, because, look, that Tampa Bay line, they just dominated. And against Minnesota, man, to establish the run, and we talked about it, Jake said, yeah, it's a lot more fun going forward. They're going backwards. That was kind of funny, Carl, when Jake said, the body's designed to go forward, not really to backpedal with some of the greatest athletes in the world trying to get after your ass. But obviously they did a great job in Minnesota. Hopefully that continues now in Carolina. And we talked to Rob about it. As we said, a lot of new faces, you know, on that offensive line. So maybe an advantage. But as Ross said, the next man up for Carolina has got a job to prove as well. But I think you like your chances. Vegas has us at 5.5.
Yeah,
but
I know.
As you said, a lot of love up there. And only thing we're concerned about A.J. Terrell, though, I don't think he's going to play. That has not been confirmed. But the way they handle it, it's a little worried seeing A.J. up there on Sunday.
Look, right now it's Thursday. We'll give you our official picks tomorrow on the show, as we normally do. I may go Falcons. I haven't decided. I haven't looked at the full slate of college games. But here's the deal for me with this game. And, Mike, I know it's dicey from the standpoint of if you've watched our offense, right now you're like, what's going to show up? Who's going to show up? Is it the offense we saw run for, 200 yards? Is the one that had to find a way and fight and scrap to get points against the Bucs? I just feel like our defense is playing so well right now. And we're going to get more into this, by the way, more national pundits talking about how good they think our defense is. Wait until you hear this on the show today, all right? Make sure you're there starting at 2. I feel like we're going to hold these guys under 20 points. Mike, I feel like this is going to be a 24, 27 to 18 or 19 or 20-point game. I don't think Carolina scores more than 24 points, which if that's the case, I like us. But do we cover the spread, to your point?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's the thing, right?
5.5, I said yesterday. I said to Oren and Dede, man, 5.5 for a team that's only scored 3 offensive touchdowns in 2 games. Going on the road, that's a bit rich. Yeah. They did score.
The divisional game, too, yeah.
And Kyler Murray was moving the ball against Arizona. He was. So, I mean, I'm just it's still a divisional game. But I know Carolina, that's not an intimidating atmosphere. That's not like going to Tampa Bay or certainly going to New Orleans.
Not at all.
They do have, looking this morning, just kind of going over and looking at some of the different previews. They got one site has Carolina only scoring 13.5. That's the over-under on their point total.
Yeah. Guys, look, I know it sounds crazy. Come here. I don't think they're scoring over 20 points. I know it sounds crazy. But our guys they're flying around, man. We're creating turnovers. I really think, Mike, we're going to get 2 more turnovers on Sunday. I don't know how that looks. But I think we get 2 more turnovers. And if we turn those into points, and now Carolina's playing from behind, guess what? Bryce is having to drop back way more than they want. Guys are pinning their ears back. Here come more sacks. That's what I think happens on Sunday.
I love it.
Any worry about it being the home opener for them, too?
Yeah, but again, Oren, it's such a weak-ass environment.
It is.
And, yes, I will give them bulletin board material. Look, no disrespect, but Charlotte is just white bread with mayonnaise. I mean, there's just no juice there, man. We've seen it. I mean, I've been at Carolina games, and they've been in the playoffs, a playoff caliber season, and half the fans are watching NASCAR online for Bojangles. So it's just not that town. I mean, maybe they aspire to be, but maybe they're not there.
I've literally gone to Carolina games, tickets already purchased, walking up to the stadium, people literally not even selling tickets, literally giving tickets away.
Yeah. When they had the swag, and we'll shift gears here. We got a couple other things we want to get to. It's Dukes and Bell, guys. Thanks for being here. This is on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter Live and all the places where you get us. So make sure you tell your friends we do this every day before the show. But even when they had the juice, right, 2015, the year before we go to Super Bowl, they go to Super Bowl, right? Cam Newton's the MVP. to Mike's point, like even when they had the juice and they had the swag and he's doing the Superman thing and they were doing the dab and all that, there was no vibe in the state. It was like, okay, yay, our team is good, but it wasn't like, it wasn't crazy. Not like we've seen it be in Atlanta when our team is rolling. It's a different vibe. All right. Tonight we get Thursday Night Football. Mike Bell. Miami Dolphins in trouble, bro.
Is this the game that gets McDaniel fired, y'all?
If they lose, and again, is it how they lose? If they lose a close game, last second field goal, Buffalo wins. Maybe not. If they get beat by double digits, don't show up, the effort's not there, McDaniel's, blabbing after the game is over, Mike, he's gone. He's gone.
Well, I mean, we always joke around on the show. If you're new to it, Orrin and I have been doing the line for years. Where's your pride, Willie? Like from any given Sunday when Al Pacino's in yelling mode, hoo-ah. I mean, this coach is just so laid back. Teams sometimes take on the personality of their coach. It's been documented. Guys like Joe Shad, who used to work for ESPN, he covers the Dolphins. Armando Salguero, our buddy. Everybody talks about it. This team is just soft. Doesn't have a killer instinct. Who's leading this thing? Tyreek Hill? No. Tua? No. So, I mean, and they're at 11. You know how hard it is to be an 11.5-point dog in the NFL? So they're going to Buffalo. I know short week turnaround. Buffalo's missing some pieces on defense. But, man, I don't know. I know, Carl, you were nursing the idea of maybe picking Buffalo tonight. Yeah,
because Dolphins don't win in Buffalo. And it's not even cold yet. Like, let alone it be cold, okay? Right. Tua doesn't win in the cold. The numbers bear that out. But they just don't win in Buffalo. So even if I didn't like the fact that the number's really big, man, even if you went money line, and there's no value there, by the way. I mean, Mike and I, this show, we talk about gambling because we are gamblers, and we hope at one point the state of Georgia, legislators are gonna make it happen. But even with the money line, man, it's like Buffalo's gonna win this game tonight. If Miami finds a way to win, this could be, I'm not even gonna say a turning point, but like a job-saving moment that gives McDaniel a few more weeks to maybe show that he can get it right. He's not going to be the only one, though, guys. Here's the other part about this. Chris Greer is down there. He's the general manager. He's been there the entire time, even during all that turmoil, Mike, where he probably should have been fired, and they fired other coaches and like Brian Flores, and he's been there the entire time. If Mike McDaniel's gone, his ass is out of there too.
Yeah, I don't know about Ross because I said to Carl last year that he makes more money off the Formula One weekend than he makes off the entire season with the Dolphins. Isn't that crazy? As far as the revenue they generate. So I don't know how he feels about this, if he's an absentee landlord, but you're right. Greer has been able to kind of dance through the raindrops down in South Florida. By the way, to Carl's point, for you kids out there not familiar with gambling terms, Bills are such a prohibitive favorite. They are minus 820, which means you have to lay $820 just to win 100. And that's why there's just no value there. You just bet 100, you just got to cover 11.5 points. Gambling makes sports more fun.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Go ahead, Dave.
I think this is a game where you find out just how much the Dolphin players have McDaniel's back. Right? Mm-hmm. Like,
they step up.
You know what I'm saying? Because this man, your boss, your leader, his job, if we're 100% honest, his job is on the line. And if you really have his back, how you perform tonight is going to tell us nationally whether or not you do.
Let me ask you guys this. You remember they paid Tua, right? And we all debated at the time, like,
what his words was if he was going to get paid. Yeah,
correct, because of the concussions. That was the concern, right? You were going to
one hit away.
Yeah, you're going to drop all this.
Not just that too, but the fact that like he's not your prototypical big arm quarterback. Everything in that offense is designed on timing. So
yep,
you can't put him in every offense and have him perform the same as everybody else. There has to be sort of specialized things you do for him more so than other quarterbacks in the NFL.
All right, so then that gets us here, Orrin. When you look at Tua, then where's he at in this pecking order, man? Like, seriously, guys, all those guys that came out in 2020, right? Burrow, we know he's hurt now, but he's shown when he's healthy, Jalen Hurts has already been to 2 Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl, right? You start talking about all these guys, and it's like, where is Tua? Like, Dede, to your point about guys having his back, this is where your elite quarterback elevates, right?
Get on my back. Get on my back. Let's go.
And makes these plays tonight, makes the throws, and everybody just gets better. I don't know if Tua has that.
Well, he doesn't sound like he has it. Like he's talking about how he doesn't have he's nowhere near half as good, or however he said it, but half as good as Josh Allen. He can't do half the things Josh Allen, and just his
Yeah,
demeanor.
because he's not 6'6", 250.
Right?
And
I
look,
mean,
he's right. He's right. He can't do half the
Right.
things, but at the same time, it's like, don't put that in the atmosphere, bro. Like, look, my coach's job is on the line tonight. Me and the guys got to go out there and show
Right.
that we've got his back.
when things are going south, it doesn't help when Tariq Hill goes into Antonio Brown land, and that's the problem. I mean, where's the leadership?
hurt.
Ryan Clark said it this morning on ESPN. He thinks they've regressed under McDaniel. And by the way, they've been outscored 2-1 this season.
Yeah. Tonight, it's going to be interesting. If the Bills lay the wood to these guys, I'm telling y'all, McDaniel's going to be the first one gone, and it may be as early as tomorrow morning. We will see. All right, let's shift gears and talk some dogs, guys. Be there at 2 o'clock today. It's Dukes and Bell. We got a lot of stuff to hit on, a lot of stuff in regards to the Falcons getting ready for Carolina, but also some college football stuff we got to get to. While we're talking college football, dogs are off. All right, Mike, take us back. Because there apparently is an outcry from not all, but some dog fans that the Dogs should have a blackout against Alabama next Saturday.
Okay, first off, that's weak, and I don't. I know the young players love it. No, okay, the blackout against Auburn. I was there with Captain Gary, and remember they played Superman.
Fun. It was cool.
They played the unedited version, Superman. The crowd was going ape. That blackout was fantastic. Conversely, subsequent blackouts against Alabama, unmitigated disaster.
Yeah. The funeral, they called it, yes.
Mark Richt liked that stuff, and we love Coach Richt, but Kirby doesn't need that gimmicky crap. Okay, wear the silver breeches, wear the red jerseys with the red lid, and let's go to work. I don't need this nonsense, okay? But the young people love it, okay? But I don't think you need that, okay? You're just a better football team. Wear your traditional gear and kick the crap out of them.
You guys are no-go on this?
Come in there, like, it's not about the black jerseys anymore. They've taken the bones off the back of the helmets. It's about, hey, go out there and just play football. Be better on the field than the team that you're going against, and that's all you need. That's the only gimmick you need to have is just be better than the team that you're playing against. And the fans want to do the blackout stuff, that's fine. But Kirby's called it a hokey pokey last year, the black jersey.
Yes.
So, yeah, don't count on seeing, those anything other than silver and red for Georgia going forward to Kirby Smart.
Man, y'all ain't no fun. Man, y'all ain't no fun. I mean,
it does sound like they're not necessarily, these fans aren't necessarily calling for Georgia, for the team themselves to necessarily wear black, but they are asking that the fans wear the black so that they can kind of create this, super electric atmosphere. So
and that's cool.
I kind of, me personally, I like when some of these stadiums have these looks of, the fans kind of going in. Like the Tennessee look was honest for me personally. I loved how that looked last week in Neyland Stadium.
That got the whiteout versus Clemson, and that looked very cool. And it was exciting for the fans too.
Yeah,
it's about
the fans, though. That's what I'm saying. What about us? What about fun for us?
All right, you know what? If Munson was still alive, red helmets, red jerseys, silver breeches, the Georgia Bulldogs don't F with tradition. Yeah, that's what I don't want to see. And one of the games that I hated more than any other game in Georgia history was that game at the Georgia Dome when they played Boise State. Remember when Nike
Tech Nike jerseys they wore?
I mean, literally. Now, at least Boise States were kind of cool with the horse head on the noggin, but yeah, that Georgia, no, man, it's tradition, baby. Tradition.
All right,
like when the Seminoles monkey around, I want to see gold helmet, gold breeches, maroon jersey, man, garnet and gold.
Tradition. All right, look, dog fans, you guys can debate. All right, it's out there. We're not saying, okay, we are saying don't do it. I don't necessarily like it because I'm with you. As a fan, I like to see something different, but don't do it. Mike's right. Let's just go to work. Because here's the deal. As soon as it becomes a game or, God forbid, they lose, it's the story. It's not how you played. It's not what you did on the field, not whether Gunnar Stockton completed passes. They should have never won those damn black jerseys. Don't make it about something else. Make it about what it should be. That's the game and going out and playing. So I'm with you, man. Hey, guys, it's Dukes and Bell, Day, obviously Big O. We're going to be there today, 2 o'clock, bringing you all the latest. And make sure you tune in. We got a lot of other NFL news to get to.
We got the Trae Young stuff, too. I know we couldn't. There's too much video and him back and forth with Patrick Beverly, but we'll play the audio for you because I thought Trae was measured and cool. Some guys are saying he needs to be like –
of you, Patty Bev.
He's got to be yelling because Patrick Beverly was talking. But we'll get into that little controversy as well today, Carl.
Yeah, I'll say this. Trey's not comfortable doing those things.
Correct.
And that's what. And for those who don't know, they edited the crap out of that. Okay.
Yep.
Only because I guarantee you he was saying some other stuff, and it was like, bro, do that. And he got up a couple of times, like, why am I even doing this shit? Like, why am I even doing this? Right. So it's interesting, but that's our guy. And if you don't like our guy, we're in the ATL. Sorry, that's our guy. As long as he's our guy, we're going to support him and we're going to stand by him. Mike and I have said this for years, and this show, for any other show in this market or anywhere around the country, and I've been on the planes, I've visited with this dude personally. We've given him more crap than anybody else about leadership, growing up, and being that guy. But he respects us because he knows that's a part of this process. So we're going to back him, but he hasn't had help. And Mike and I have talked about this for years. If you gave Trae Young those players that Pat Beverly played with, this dude would have been in 2 championships already.
Right. Right on.
All right, man. We'll talk about it coming up 2:00. Be there. It's Dukes and Bell. We'll holler at you.